And here we are with the very first tape up of everything. Nice. Even just putting these pieces on makes me realize how much further I've got to go. It's going to be a while. Oh, for some specifics, the lower logic little window there, I need to carve that out a little better for a better fit. The upper one's a little loose, so I'm probably going to have to putty around that. Then the HPs, I don't know if I didn't do any like that. There's a ring around them. I don't know if that goes on the outside or the inside as I've got it. It probably goes outside, in which they're going to have to be heated up to match the curvature of the dome itself. They do look a little strange sitting fully inside like that. If they're supposed to be, then I'll just putty around them. But if they're not supposed to be, then there's a little more work to get. The double buttons there, those are just the double buttons there. I thought those were like marbles originally, but apparently they were switches that you can get at, well, they're just standard round switches, so that won't be too difficult. The hole right there will have a light behind it. I've got to get a special textured plastic for that. That front is blue and red. This HP needs a lot of that to fit properly. I think this lip is supposed to stick out here. Right now, as you can see, it's taped in, and as you can also see, it does not match the curvature of the inside of the back, unless, of course, the lip on this side, but I'm pretty sure it's not. Then the radar eye itself doesn't have a really good fit. It kind of rocks corner to corner, so I'm going to have to heat that up and glue it down. And, of course, I still need to get the plastic eye for that. But even before all that happens, there's a lot more putty work to do on the dome. There's a few chips in here, and this round piece of wood that I've been working on is starting to really peel up, and that's causing some damage to the surface here. Really, I just use this for storage and painting, but I'm going to rip this up. Probably I've got a flat surface to work on mostly, or at least to store this on. And what I also have to do is flat sand the bottom rim. I cut most of that away with the Dremel last time, but now I'm probably going to have to glue down 4, 6, 8 pieces of sandpaper on the surface and just basically take the dome and run it back and forth until it gets a nice flat edge. I don't want to do it too far because then that will start to affect the height and all that kind of thing. I will need to get just a couple inches of an 18-inch round. The tops of the shoulders would be nice to help sell the illusion that he's actually sitting inside the car rather than just attached to it. If you look through my playlists, you'll see other Star Wars cars I named Obi-Shan's. He has it with his car, but it's just a dome on a flat surface, and it doesn't look totally convincing. The car itself rocks. The R2 rocks, but going that extra step of actually making him like he's sitting inside the ship rather than just to it will really add a lot to it. Wow, I really love this. This is great to see these parts like this right now. The scribing is definitely going to be a lot of work. I've never scribed before. I don't want to go too deep, too thin, too wide. There's a couple different thicknesses of scribe line that I have to recreate, so I don't know exactly how I'm going to be doing that yet. I don't have any scribing tools proper. You can make one out of an X-Acto blade, but I think that would be too thin for some of these lines here. And I don't want to go overboard on the scribing, just enough to accentuate the pan, make it easier to mask them off and tape. So there's a lot more work to do on the dome as far as the putty goes. Getting the HPs and all these resin parts to fit is definitely going to be a chore, and but it'll be an enjoyable one, that's for sure. Once I actually get to the painting, the way I'm going to do it is mask all, so I'm going to have to mask the entire dome except for the panels, paint the panels blue or whatever color they're going to be, then mask those off and put piles and piles of silver on the rest of it, because this is going to be on the road. It's going to have lots of little rocks and crap flying at it at whatever speed I'm driving at. So that will damage the dome over time. probably even break some of these HPs now that I'm looking at them. Those are just really thin resin. I will probably have to beef these up, maybe with some styrene sheet inside. Let me show you what this would look like otherwise. So yeah, if this doesn't go outside, or rather, if this inner ring goes on the inside, that kind of makes sense. But if it goes on the outside, that just doesn't look familiar. I can't quite tell the contrast of the light here. The sun is really, really bright today. But that just doesn't look right to me. That may look right over here on the front one. But on the top there and on the back, I don't think so. So I think that's pretty much it for now. There's lighting to do, scribing, painting, finishing, sanding, and then the rest of the body too, never mind the actual bed of the car. So, and then a last note is that Mike Senna of the Astromech Builders has offered to help design a electronics control system so that I can actually get the dome spinning from the driver's seat, light them up and make noises and all that. And thinking of that, putting some speakers in the back for the outside so that it would be audible at, say, highway speeds. That would be a nice little thing too, I think. So that's it for today's, wow, 7 minutes, that's definitely a long one. That's it for today's episode. Just wanted to get this all taped up, and looking at it in person like this, I definitely like that. It now really looks like an R2 dome to me, and it's just going to get better from here. So thanks for watching. See ya.